This is Kilo 4 Mike November Delta, David from Clearwater, Florida, and I just got a box in the mail from Ham Radio Outlet with my new Comet RS840 antenna mount, 5 meters cable, and some extra grounding strap, and my new Yaesu Yaesu 120A. I'm very excited. So we've taken the Comet RS840 out of the box, or the packaging, and feels pretty sturdy. It's a nice heavy duty mount. I like the fact that I got a little dust cover to protect it when I'm not using the antenna, and I like the fact that it's got this nice thick grounding plate when it connects to the frame. Looks and feels pretty solid. Have the Allen keys, and this grounding strap I told you about earlier, that was something extra that I purchased, and they threw it in the packaging. But gonna ground everything down good, all the doors, the hood, everything, trunk lid, and maybe the radio with this instead of what I got right now. So we'll see how it happens. And like this small little section here, I believe it disconnects for passing through the weather stripping, but we'll see. I gotta play around with this a little bit more. But, yeah, this Yaesu is a pretty compact, small package here. Let's see how got a dust cap, stickers, and manual, and antenna stinger, antenna element. Should probably do this with 2 hands. I think I'm gonna do that, so we don't have any accidents dropping it. That's it. That's all there is to it. Just the stinger and the element. Alright, this is our antenna platform. It's a 2011 Nissan Xterra, and chose my location on the passenger side because of obvious drive-through, lunchtime possible accidents, and or when the wife takes the truck. I'm gonna mount it a little bit low, right about here, right above the right-hand tail light. Hopefully enough of the antenna, top of the antenna, will be exposed to be effective, but at the same time keeping the main body of the antenna low enough to be level, and also just keep it from being too tall to hit anything. And I prepped the surface. There's I might have went overkill, but this is this area right here has this bead of weather stripping, sealant type of material, and I cut a section out and brought it down to bare metal. Now I may protect this with some something, but for now, this plate right here that the Comet came with, I'm gonna put it in that spot and clamp down, so we got a nice good solid grounding area. And then I'm gonna make sure that the loosen one of these bolts, and I'm gonna ground the actual door to the frame, make sure we're getting a good ground and not just these hinge points here. And definitely I'm not going to rely on this strut for a good ground. So let me clamp it up and I'll show you how it looks. Okay, here we go. Mount is in place. As you can see, the metal plate is wedged in between, making a contact between the set screws, the plate, and squeezing against the body. So that's how we did it. Here we go. Got the wire running through here. I'm not too crazy about that, but fine tune that later. I got some little sticky pads for mounting zip ties, and just put a couple there. And there's one thing I didn't think about. The thin cable is only so long, or so, should I say short. So typically the antenna, I would have mounted it up higher, and this thinner piece of coax would have went through the soundproof weather stripping here somewhere. But this is what we ended up with, and it's kind of hanging here. I already tested it a couple times. It moves out the way fairly nicely, but I don't like that. I'm gonna revisit that a little later. Everything's mounted, and it closes. I don't know if you can see that. It's out the way, but there we have it. It's mounted on there, somewhat level. I have to make a little adjustment there, but it looks pretty good. So far so good. Well, alright, we got the antenna hooked up now, and we're just going to go into this Yaesu 857 menu option by holding down function, and we're just going to scroll to option number 20, cat linear tuner. And I took the tuner out of here, that FC40 tuner. It's great, quick, but I want to be able to use my cat port, and this ATIS 120 doesn't require the use of the cat port. So I'm going to scroll to cat, and then I'm going to go to option 85. Option 85, and the options are off, ATIS HF, ATIS HF plus 50, or all. All is if you had a diplexer, duplexer. Gotta look that one up. I get confused on that one, but diplexer, so you can use the HF and VHF, UHF ports out of the radio to go into that antenna. It'll work on all bands. But in our case, I got a separate VHF, UHF dual band antenna, so I'm just going to use the ATIS HF and 50. And hold down function, get out of that menu, and we just hold down tune, and it's done. Alright, go ahead and hold down the tune button. Just Kilo 4 Mike November Delta mobile.
Kilo 4 Mike November Delta mobile, go ahead.
Roger that. I appreciate the comeback. I'm very excited. I just installed this brand new ATIS 120 in the mobile. I'm running a Yaesu 857 100 watts with an ATIS 120 Alpha on a Nissan Xterra. And the call again is Kilo 4 Mike November Delta. The handle's David. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Okay, David. A little difficult copy there. Kilo 4 Mike November Delta. Kilo Juliet 6 Yankee Victor Tango. I understand you're 100 watts and mobile, but QLB is a good part of your transmission. I'm not sure we're going to be able to have much of a contact here, but at least we did hook up here briefly. So I'll turn it back to you there and we'll see what happens. KK4 MND, KJ6YBC.
Okay, roger that. This is Kilo 4 Mike November Delta and David in Colorado, Florida. Transmitting from the mobile with a Yaesu 857 and an ATIS 120 running 100 watts from Tampa Bay, Florida.